everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Oh, wait, that was so southern. Hey,
Well, I caught it. Hey, everybody. How y'all
hey,
doing?
everybody.
Right,
Hey,
right. Okay,
we're
excuse me.
we're
Hi,
silly today.
everyone.
Hey,
Welcome.
right. Okay, now we're over the top. Anyway, hey, ladies, welcome back. It's the second episode to the second season. 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2.
Now she's Chuck Woolery.
Tell your age, chick. Tell your age,
Right,
chick.
right. I just told it. I told it because I told his name and referencing what TV show was that? Love something.
Love
2 and
connection.
2. Yes, Love.
2 and 2. 2 and 2. We'll be back in 2 and 2. Matter of fact,
Right.
I told
Oh,
you I
Lord.
saw this. No. Remember a little tidbit, like, little thing where I saw these, I don't know if they're millennials, but the younger generation are getting back to dating. It's something
Really?
in real life. So it's this online dating thing I think they're getting tired of. So yeah.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get in that online dating. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get, period. Even
Right.
face to face, but still
Right.
online is, it's a little tricky.
Yeah. So, hey, I don't know. Love connection might be coming back. You know
Right,
what?
right.
We should start doing a love connection and get.
Oh, Lord.
Just saying, girl.
Maybe
Maybe.
not. It all depends.
Season 3, we could be planning. We're being silly, y'all. But welcome back, ladies. This week, this episode is all about the movie reviews. So this is our first one. I don't know. I think we should just jump right into the movie reviews.
I think we should.
We have to. Which one should we start with first?
Let's do oldest first, and then we'll just move on to the next one. The first one, the wonderful one. Let me. Okay. Remember last week when we brought up, Erica was like, "Oh, I have this movie. It was the greatest movie. I think it's fantastic. It has a whole wonderful plot twist that made me laugh. I'm not gonna tell you. You have to watch it yourself." And I watched it. It did have a plot twist. I will say that it did have a plot twist. And the perfect host, because someone couldn't remember the name. And that was the one that starred David Hyde Pierce. And I'm thinking now, like, was somebody else in that one that may be known? And I can't remember right now. I don't think so. But it starred David Hyde Pierce. And last week I did say his name was Niles Kramer. It is not. It's Niles Crane. So
I would have never known. I'm like, I would have walked around telling people, y'all know it's Niles Kramer. Y'all know who that is.
Right. I can't let you be out there. I can't let you be out there like that. So I had to come back and say it's Niles Crane.
Since when? But okay.
I'm just saying. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know who he was. And again, I stumbled across this movie just because I'm like, it was, one of those nights where you just kind of unwinding, just want a good movie, grab a glass of wine or whatever, and just chill. So I just grabbed a blanket and started flipping, looking for movies. And I settled on just basing it off the title and the cover. Like, okay. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And I thoroughly enjoyed it because it has nothing to do with us, but certain things made me laugh. And it's not a comedy, but certain things made me laugh because it reminded me of conversations that us ladies have all the time. I know Michelle and I have it all the time. And you called me out once. And I'm like, okay. And I thought of as soon as I saw it, I had to pause the movie because I started laughing so hard because I was mad I was doing something. And you know how ladies, we have the tendency to talk to ourselves, and I'm on the phone with Michelle so I don't know what was going on. And I got frustrated about something or whatever. And all of a sudden she says, now, who was I talking to? Which one was that? And I
have to know. You have to know. You have to know. I mean, Michelle is Michelle. Erica is Erica, but there are others that reside around. And I know we all have these others. We may have names for them. We may have these other alter egos is what some call them. I'll even throw like Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, and then you may have, who else is another one? Like, I don't even remember right now because the other one I know for sure I could say, we're not, oh, take it away. Go ahead, take that. Yeah. So the other one, we're not going to say that one.
No.
we'll just keep it moving. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So when I saw the movie, it had nothing to do with what I was thinking, but just because us being women, I just found it was like, wow, this is a perfect visual, the stuff we talk about. So
Right.
that said, you want to jump into like just tell them the plot or give them a synopsis.
Okay, let's go. So the synopsis, and then we'll go into some details. I think we went over it too before, but it was the bank robber. He goes and he's some kind of way got injured. So now he's looking to, of course, scam or do something to somebody in this neighborhood so that he can get whatever help he needs to get him away, of course, from the police. So he goes to one house. The lady's like, no. Okay, fine. So then he goes to the next house, but then he's thinking. You have to think on your feet when you're running from the law. He checks the box. Right. You got to think like a criminal. So he goes, checks the box, and, okay, I'll seem more familiar, to this particular one. And of course, David Hyde Pierce is like, oh, well, you know what? I don't know if I should let you in. And then the other, he has a second thought. Think, wink, wink. He has a second thought. And he's like, you know what? Come on in. Come on. I'm going to be the consummate host. I'm going to be the nice guy, and lets him in. And from there, all the fun begins. Yep. So from there, what do we do? Look, what happens next, Erica?
Right. Well, I tell you what, it's a valuable lesson learned.
Yes.
But
yes, it is.
Valuable lesson. I mean, for all of us. So let me tell you something. Be careful who you run across. It is always somebody bad than you. You think you're bad, there's always somebody better. But I guess the whole thing, the fascination with me was this guy was being nice. Okay, let me back up. He goes to this woman's house, and I thought this was a great way of flipping a situation. The woman you mentioned, the first neighbor he went to, he pretended as if just because he was mentioning he was a Christian and blah, blah, blah. And the woman, a Jehovah's Witness. And so I thought that was brilliant, the way the writer and directors handled that. And she, was like, oh, so, she asked him all kind of questions. And yes, you're a Christian, and, but you're not even wearing a cross. He says, yeah, I was robbed and it was stolen. They took that from me, blah, blah, blah. And she instantly says, well, I already know pretty much you're not a Jehovah's Witness because we don't recognize the cross. So goodbye. And she closed the door. And so I instantly thought of the flip of how many times Jehovah's Witnesses, how they come knocking on the door to spread the word. And, you're growing up as a kid, get down, be quiet. Don't open the door.
I'm sorry. Get out.
This is where exactly, and avoid it. And yet I felt like, well, this is great how it got flipped. Where it's like, she's like, yeah, no, I don't want to hear anything you have to say, even though she had a point, knew he was lying. But now it's there, Jehovah's Witness get a turn to, nope, goodbye.
Yes, close the door.
I thought that was a great, interesting point. But then, it goes on to where the guy lets him in because the criminal, the guy who, sorry, we don't know the character's name.
I literally cannot remember right now.
I should have written that. See, that's 50 and over. But anyway, y'all to get there. So we didn't write the character. I don't have the characters' names, but the criminal guy, the guy who was trying to find a way to escape, he's welcome into the house. The owner of Mr. Kramer, is it Crane? Well, you don't know.
Crane.
The owner, Crane.
Well, he's not Crane in this one. I'm going to find out while you
right. So he's trying to figure out, how to help this guy. He's like, I lost my luggage at the airport. So he gets on the phone to call the airport. And the guy pretty much is trying to get him to not do that because he knows he's not telling the truth. However, the owner knows he's not telling the truth either, which is why he's doing it. And he's all, offering him wine. He's drinking wine. And fast forward, the tables turn. The guy gets upset. And now he's like, no, I am not who you think I am. I'm just looking for refuge because he's trying to hear, what was the news? The television was on and they're talking about he's a fugitive to look out for him. And so he's like, now I'm in survival mode. So forget trying to
Right.
Con this man. Well, tables are turned, and Mr. Con Man, who says he has a dinner party, scheduled that night, and criminal is saying, call your friends and tell them something came up. They can't come.
Yep. So,
That
okay,
didn't
criminal, we now have names. Criminal is John.
John, right?
Yep. And
John Jones.
Perfect host is
John
Warwick.
Jones. That's it.
Warwick. I was like, there is no way we could have remembered that.
We
Warwick
would have
is
never. But John, right.
And this is the funny part. This is the thing, okay, because like you said a minute ago, there's always someone badder and bigger or whatever than you, because you never know who you're going to come across. And another thing, never judge a book by its cover.
Ever.
Because Warwick, is, the perfect little, neat and prim and proper young man, not young man, but man. And, John's the criminal. He's the, bad boy, rough around the edges. And he thinks because he's the bad boy, oh, I can take him. Okay. Here we go.
Right. So, it's that thing with that brute force versus the games. Well, it was the strategic part. I guess John thought I have the brute force because he did attack him. He did hit him. And John played right along with him as far as being, all right, I'll back down and then you do what you want. Take what you need. Don't hurt me kind of thing. Unaware, spoiler alert, but it's from 2011, but unaware that Warwick had already poisoned or added something to John's wine. He was just waiting for him for the effects to take place, which eventually it did. And once it did, Warwick had a good time. He's like, oh yeah, I'm not canceling my dinner plans. Y'all come on in.
Yes.
But y'all, we're going to have a good time. They had conga line. They had music.
Yes, they had music. They had everything. They were jamming.
Yes. Girl, one of them fell. Warwick went and grabbed and helped her up. And oh my God.
You can't handle your wine. And yes.
Look.
Yeah.
There's nobody physically there. These are all people that are in his head.
And when that happened, I was like, excuse me. That threw me. That gave me a cough and a tickle.
It did. It really did. And the sad and the funny thing is, now, mind you, it has nothing to do with this because, again, we don't care where you're from, your ethnicity, your nationality, your background. But apparently, this is clearly is a Caucasian man of a certain appears to be a certain persuasion, and yet he has in his mind, in his personalities per se. He has Caucasian woman.
Yep.
He has a sophisticated black woman. I don't mean it like that, but black woman.
Yep.
He has an attorney, black man, a well-educated black man.
Yes.
I'm missing. There's several. He has another.
He had a lot of them because he had some that didn't have even forefront personalities. They're like sub-personalities. And I'm like, are you serious right now?
Like, even I noticed the server who, to me, I'm like, that's more closer to him. He's like, he's just walking by. He didn't have a line, but he's walking by with one glass of a martini and he's all prepped. And I'm like, okay, that must be the one that's closer to who you really are, all put together, making sure everybody's okay. So when I saw that, I'm like, when Michelle said to me, now, which one, who was what I was talking to?
Hey, wait. Which one is this? Which one is it? Just let me know. Because everybody, and the sad part is, it's not sad, it's hilarious. But it's like when you catch yourself talking to yourself and then you answer.
Yes.
Because we have been on the phone and she'll ask these questions out loud. And I'm waiting for her to finish the question. Okay, we can go through the answer. No. She's answered that question already. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just glad I was here to,
Yeah, you just join in with the rest of them in my head. I'm just working this out in my head. I just need to talk it out. And I'm using you to
just as a manifestation of one of these personalities in my mind that I'm talking to. Because I'm not really talking to you. I'm talking to them. We're having a conversation. We're in a conference room. Because they were literally sitting in the living room, just having a grand old time as if they were present. And John is looking like, what did I get myself into?
Right.
He's like, there's no one here. Like, what is happening?
Right.
Well, okay, keep talking.
Right.
You
And
gonna
then
learn today?
he switches it up because he starts to play along, thinking, all right, I'll have to play along so I can get myself this, which didn't work
At all.
because all he did was, okay, drink some more. Here you go. And he went back to being, out of it. But to end it, and, pretty much.
Oh no, we gotta do plot twist number 2.
Oh yeah, the second
plot twist number 2.
2 and 2. 2 and 2.
OMG. Plot twist number 2. So, of course, you have the police that are looking for the bank robber. They know who he is. They now just need to find him. So, of course, they're keeping up with what's going on, happening or whatever. Then the police go out to go. What was he going to do? Oh, they found some type of information. So, the policeman is going to report to his superior to say, hey, this is what we found, blah, blah, blah. So he gets to a house and is now back into Warwick. And Warwick, you've seen the policemen before, side parts of the movie. You've seen the police officers. So you see Warwick has to come to the door because, like, who's at the door? He opens the door and the police officer is there. So you're like, they found John. Yep. And then, like, wait a minute. He's looking real familiar with this man. Sarge, I just wanted to report. Warwick is the police sergeant.
Yes.
Okay? I'm like, oh my God. I had to pause. OMG. I cannot miss another word. Let me sit up straight. What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely phenomenal twist. Not sure why I stumbled across it, but this movie, oh my God. And wait, on top of that, you got to see this movie. If you have not seen it, it's a good movie. If it's like today is raining here, this would be a good day to watch this movie. But the thing that got me was he didn't panic. Even the guy who was, even the sergeant, wasn't he like his partner of some sort? No, he's like, we've been friends for 20 years, 30 years.
Detective Morton, because I still have their names.
He's like, he never panicked with the whole, where are you getting this from? I don't want to break our friendship or anything like that. And I just thought, okay, how is this going to end? Because the detective actually has proof that this guy. And the reason he has proof, and I don't know how it happened, this is towards the end. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. While John was intoxicated or under the influence of, out of it, drugged up, Warwick was taking photos. He keeps mementos of people. And they're like, just weird, random things. Like he was taking pictures of John being injured. Like he had scratches and stuff on his, or wounds on his face and stuff, which were not real. Which was another weird thing. He thought he was, injured or had been beaten or whatever, and it wasn't. It was all makeup. Because Warwick is in the entertainment industry. He's in the movie.
You have to watch it, right? Because it's like,
you have to watch it. It's just the twist behind it and the mental, I don't want to say illness, but the mental twist that goes along with this is just it's just the way it was written was a great movie with it not being so serious so you can laugh at it. It's just, go watch it.
It's a cool, like you said, if you're sitting at home, you're relaxing, raining, that's one to watch.
Right. So, with that being said, we're going to touch on the new movie that hit the theaters this weekend.
Wait, let's give our final thumbs up for The Perfect Host.
The Perfect Host, thumbs up. I give it 2 thumbs up. 2.
Okay, what if we give like half thumbs and like no thumbs? Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's do this on a star rating of 1 to 5. Instead of the peaches, the tomatoes and rotten tomatoes, we're going to do peaches since we're both peaches.
That's a good one.
So let's do that on a scale. First, do a scale of 1 to 5. Where would you put The Perfect Host?
The Perfect Host is going to be, let's say, 3.75 to 4.
Okay.
That's
I would,
weird. I know, but whatever.
it is. Well, it's weird. I would give it a strong 4. Just
Okay.
because, again, I get just to for me, it's just certain things just hit me personally, like our little inside stuff, and I'm like, really? And then the different plot. That was a third plot twist where he was never actually injured by Warwick. That was
Oh,
all.
yeah, it sure was. It sure was.
And he thought he had been, he's just like, look at my face, and then he's like, wait, this comes off, and it just peels off, and it's like, you're not injured. It was all just to mess with you.
All of it. That's the part. I was like, that's the part that's kind of like, that didn't really make much sense, but okay. Plot twist.
Right. Plot twist. So again, I just felt it's one of those things. Be careful how you treat people. You never know. So yeah, give it a 4. And as far as, okay, rotten peaches.
Rotten peaches. Are we going to do like percentages out of 100 or?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Rotten peaches out of percentages out of 100.
Okay, 70.
All right, we're close.
75.
Yeah, I'll give it 70. All right.
Okay,
We're ready to move on. We're ready to move on.
Yep.
What is this? All right. Blockbuster. All right. The next one that made the theaters on, I bet, last Friday.
Yes.
Last Friday.
Yes, January 17th.
Wolfman.
Hey, y'all. Guess where I am? Remember how we talked about movie reviews? Guess what we're about to see? The Wolfman. Oh! We'll let you know how it is. All right, bye.
Okay, everybody. That's my $30 worth of snacks. I only wanted nachos, but okay, here we go. And that's the movie we chose based on what's been released.
Let's do synopsis for The Wolfman. So, okay, The Wolfman it's a remake. And The Wolfman has been made, I think originally maybe in the 1940s. Fast forward, you have, you have, the Teen Wolf, the variation, which was Michael J. Fox. Fast forward to 2010, you have another Wolfman. And then now 2025, we have yet another Wolfman. The story, of course, you get bitten by the wolf and then, you start transforming. And of course, as you transform, it has to be people around you that are close to you. They have to be there or else what's the point?
You just have to save you. You cannot allow this to happen. So,
and they have to be, yes, and they have to be women. Oh, damsels in distress. Oh. Anyway, so that is the premise basically of The Wolfman, and the details are more so, it's a writer and he's a stay-at-home father with the daughter under 10. I don't know how old the daughter is, but she's like elementary
11, 9, 8, 9, something around there. Yeah.
Somewhere in that area. Yeah. She's young and they have a really close relationship, and the mom is a journalist. And, it's kind of strained because at this point, mom is the breadwinner. She's doing her thing and he's trying to make a family, circle or whatever while they're in the house. But anyway, they find out, he has an estranged father from, back in the day or past or whatever you want to call it, because I'm looking at it, I'm speaking of it wrong. But his father and his relationship is not the best. They have not spoken in a number of years, decades, 30 years. And he gets notification that his father has been declared deceased and he has to go and clean out the house. So that starts the journey of the transformation into the Wolfman. So Erica, continue, please.
Do I have to?
Yeah, that's what I did.
You did so well. We enjoyed the movie.
Clearly,
we enjoyed the movie. Let's just say this. It was very, the typical werewolf movie. What's another way I can put this? It was, what's the word I'm looking for? You knew.
Oh, okay. I'll say the one thing about it that I did enjoy thoroughly was the view. We have to have crickets. Crickets. Cricket. Okay, no. But the part where in different movies, whenever something is about to happen and it's supposed to be the Pacific Northwest, like they're going on some type of missing persons or some type of journey, there's always an aerial view of the trees overhead with the one road in the middle that they're going down. If you look at any of these movies that are missing people in that area and they're supposed to be in that area, I guarantee you're going to have that overhead shot. I've seen that shot so many times.
Every time.
You keep using the same shot.
Exactly. It's I feel the word I was looking for is predictable. The movie was very, very predictable. And one thing I do not like, and I know most people don't like, is predictability. When I'm watching something, I want to surprise me. If I'm reading a book, reading a book, watching a movie, it surprised me, shocked me. It was very, very predictable, which was a problem for me. And I think will be a problem for most people that choose to see this movie. It wasn't horrible. I have seen worse. It was just it was very predictable. There are certain things, like, for instance, I did take some notes, and we're going to be brief because it is what it is.
And the word of the day, by the way, ladies, predictability. Whoop, whoop. Just saying.
No, I forgot. God. Okay.
Predictability. That's the word of the day. We're going to do a collection of these. And at the end of the season, we're going to go through and we are going to make a note and we're going to highlight each of the words we have. Just saying. And this is going to be fun.
Do it, though. Hold on.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, write it down. Write it down.
Hold on. So I took some notes. So if there's a spoiler alert. So if you're into,
be aware.
Be aware. The reason they became werewolves, which was weird to me, is it stemmed from an animal bone virus, BONE, animal bone virus.
That's just it. I need to know what that is.
It doesn't make sense logically.
Well,
because if it stemmed from, I don't know what animal, I guess a wolf, but I don't know. But if the animal, then wouldn't that make, well, I guess that would make sense. Then it's just all werewolves have the virus, but where did the virus come from? What bone of what animal? Wouldn't that make
right.
So that's where, like, it doesn't make sense. It would make it would have a whole new breed of werewolves. Which, for those who follow werewolves, y'all probably there is. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it took place in a mountainous area, which, Michelle, you paid more attention. It was said it was Oregon.
It's Oregon.
There was one line in the movie that was profound.
Not profound.
Is that a word? Is that a word? But that's a word.
Yeah, that might be a word. We might have two this week.
Two.
Profound.
Okay.
Which time? Because wasn't it two or was it one?
The one where Daddy, are you in my...
Okay, go on the character. You're the daughter.
Damn. Makeup. Ain't no hair, nothing. Y'all clearly I need it. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Daddy, are you in Lonnie?
Oh no, sweetheart. We're having a spirited exchange.
And write that down.
Write that down.
Michelle.
Write that down. Spirited exchange. Yes. Yes. Yes, we like that. What?
I'm going to tell my husband that. No. When he says, I don't want to fight, I want to argue. I don't want to argue, I want to fight. No, we're not fighting. We're having a spirited exchange. Y'all try that, ladies. See what happens.
Right. Let's come back together. You tell us how that worked for you.
I guarantee you're going to get a look. It'll shut him right up. He don't know what to do with it. So that one right there. So that's what I got out of the movie. Out of watching this, what was it, an hour and so many minutes movie. And the 40 minutes of trailers before.
Yes.
When we gonna get to the movie? That's one of the things I got. I'm like, I'm using that one. So okay.
Yep.
So the little girl kept daddy, daddy, daddy. And I'm like, little girl, this ain't
First
the time.
of all, close your mouth. I'm just saying, close your mouth. I'm just saying. And I do have one question. Near the beginning of not the beginning, but the beginning of the movie, they're coming down the street, she and her dad, and of course, little kids, they're princesses and they're dressed up as whatever. He has his hands full of stuff, and we're in we're in like New York City, or not, it's some city like New York City. So
large
it's
city.
Your city. It's very big city, metro, busy, stuff is happening everywhere. So how sometimes they'll have the blockers on the street so that you don't go to the area. She decides in her youthfulness, I'm going to climb on top of this little blocker and walk. Just, climb up on it, walk it. So of course it's right next to the street where cars are. So the dad is like, get down, whatever her name is, get down. And she's like, get down. He gets really, agitated because he said it like twice. And then
several times.
He had the audacity to apologize to her for disciplining her when she is the one that didn't listen. You don't understand, because her little face is long and because she's sad that she didn't listen. And he's like, Daddy's sorry for losing his temper and for yelling. What? I'm not sure if this is a part of gentle parenting or whatever you want to call it, but you're old enough to know that if you say something. But my thing was, wait, you are apologizing for saving your life. So would you rather, as the parent, you're going to apologize, or are you going to say, hey, you can be laid out on the street, we don't got run over by a car?
Right.
Which one?
Well, I think he was apologizing for his tone, which I still don't feel like he needed to apologize for. I think he's like, Daddy didn't mean to yell at you. You just made me so afraid and scared. And blah, blah, blah. Like, no. When you say something, they are kids. They don't understand. That's why God entrusted you. Okay.
You're the parent. You're the parent. Yeah, that's a whole nother day. That's a whole nother whatever. But in some instances, I think for that particular part, I was like, your life was in jeopardy at some point because you put yourself out of a safety space that that I have created. We've had this conversation. So why am I apologizing to you when you didn't listen?
Right.
Okay.
We gonna leave that alone.
Out, but
that came from that motherly side of us, So okay. Anyway, back to the movie. So he did that. So I'm just like just points that I noticed in the movie. So as he ends up getting scratched, because we're not going to tell this whole movie, but he ends up getting scratched. So of course now he's infected, and it takes a while before it to start. Not long, but slowly he starts to transform and behave differently. And he and his daughter had this special thing to where he always let her know that he loved her, but the way he would do it is he would touch her, her forehead, and he says, what am I, or she would touch his, I can't remember. And she's like, what am I thinking right now? And she would respond, did you love me? And he would, like, I love, yes, I love you. And my job is to protect you. So as he's transforming into this monster, she thinks, you know what? I can still reach Daddy. He loves me. So she touches his head and she says, what am I thinking? And of course, he's fighting the internal fight of, no, that's my daughter, So a lot of stuff that was just weird, even down the running towards the house, or them running period to safety was worse than Lifetime running. And it was awful. I'm like, who are you? You're not even trying to fool anybody. I'm like, so the cameraman doesn't have the little track that goes beside them to film them as they're running for real. It was just awful. So that was pretty bad. Trying to think of the most prevalent things.
I'm trying to think when the little girl, okay, you're running for your life, you and your family. It's some kind of mysterious something is coming after you all, and you're
Right.
running for your life. Oh, oh, Daddy, I'm tired.
You know where we
I
at?
can't run anymore. I'm tired. Wait,
Just
wait a
and
minute.
Dan, I'm tired, Karen. He just left the house to the trees.
Is
And
it?
they tired. We trying to save our lives. And I'm supposed to, and of course I got you, honey. And he picks her up
It's
this
Scooter. Right.
before he turns. And okay, we're going to run and
Yes.
save ourselves from the werewolf that's already there. But okay, we're going to speed this up. Plot twist. Spoiler alert. Spoiler. Spoiler alert. The last time he saw his dad had took him on a hunting trip. Dad took him on a hunting trip. He was about the same age as his daughter now, so around 10. And he's trying to teach his son about hunting, and he hears something in the woods, and he looks around, there's nothing there, but then he looks up and there's a deer. So he's like, he's trying to, tell the little boy to be quiet. I'm going to shoot this deer. The deer gets away. The little boy decides, I'll run around somewhere else to shoot this deer. And now the father's scared because the dad didn't hear the little boy take off.
Yep.
He finds the little boy. Of course, he gets mad at him. Don't you run. And dad is very, very stern and very, very hard, completely opposite of what the son is to his daughter, which is probably why he ended up being.
You know what? That's, yeah. Right. Yep.
Different. His parenting style was much different than his father's, which is now like, now that we talk it out, I kind of see why.
Right, I'm thinking like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So he changed his parenting style based on how he was raised. So the dad's getting on him, but his dad had a reason. He knew there was something in those woods. So the last time the little boy Blake had a conversation with his father, or not even a conversation, dad had like a bunk of something, like a basement, like a bunk area.
A bunker.
Yeah, bunker, sorry. Bunker with a CB radio of some sort. And he's talking to a friend because they're in this little remote area. He's talking to a friend and he's like, listen, I saw it. I saw the thing. I was getting ready to shoot and it got away. I saw it through my scope with a gun. And he says, and we have to protect our children. So what are you talking about? You don't want to protect our children from this
from this thing.
Right. Well, the son was standing behind him. He wasn't aware of it. Blake, wasn't aware. The father wasn't aware that Blake was standing behind him and heard this thing. Blake accidentally hit something on a shelf or a table and fell over.
He noticed,
and that's when the father realized, oh, you're there. But the father had lied to Blake and told him it was a bear. Blake knows the truth, and that's why when he got old enough, he never came back. He didn't talk to the father, whatever.
Yeah.
So let's pause the video for a moment right here. We want to let you guys know that this is a spoiler alert. So if you want to see the movie but do not want to know the surprise ending, stop the video or the podcast right now and come back and watch or listen to us later. Okay, here we go.
Plot twist: the werewolf or the other wolf that was out there
that infected him
was his father that he thought was deceased. And the reason he found out was his father, like I said, is a spoiler alert. He attacks the father because now the father's trying to get into the house because, of course, he wants to devour them. He's a werewolf. He doesn't know that's his grandkid and son. He doesn't know. So he protects the son, Blake, trying to protect his family, jumps on the father, not knowing his father. There's two werewolves fighting. The mom and daughter takes off. He kills Blake, kills the father, but the father had a tattoo on his forearm. And when he died and he looked and saw, and I'm not going to tell you what Blake spit out his mouth, and then they showed the father. The body part. But it was his father. And that was the plot twist of the movie.
That was the part that was like, oh, but there was so many directions that story could have gone. You could have gone the whole, Disney route where, oh no, love wins, and
just knew it was Beauty and the Beast. I just knew
something was going to transform back.
Moment. Did knew. I'm like, love. See what Disney does to little girls? You grow up and this mess. I just knew true
Right.
love's kiss. The little girl's
Yes,
hand on
yes.
his head. And Daddy, what am I thinking again? This is going to work because we have been ingrained all these years as little girls that love true loves. Well, true love
Yes,
him
true love
back
story.
to
Yes. Yes.
Daddy. And so that's why I thought the movie was going. Clearly it did not. They end up, the wife, and she has no choice. She has no choice.
Save the day.
Right. So that was the movie. I will rate this movie. We're doing it the same way on a scale. Put it this way, 5-star scale. I will give this a 2.5.
Okay. There you go.
And that's
we're together.
I'm being generous. I won't do the but
yeah, we'll do that.
I won't do the double. I got short thumbs. Maybe
you know what? Stop it. Okay, Rotten Peaches. We're gonna use that 2 point. What for the Rotten Peaches percentage? This one
percentage.
You failed.
I was saying generous. I was doing like 30%. Just because of the plot twist of the father. That's the only reason.
Guess what? Pass. We'll pass on that one.
We're gonna pass. So she's giving it like a 10%. I'm like, well, the middle,
and then the 10% because of the father. That's the 10%.
So I tell you what, in conjunction together, 25%.
There you go.
So if you're a werewolf fan and this is your thing, go see it.
I love all the enthusiasm. I love all the if you're a werewolf fan, go see it. If you're not, don't worry about it.
So that's
week. So what's the next movie going to be?
You're excited about it. The next movie review will be Captain America. Yeah. Can you tell which one is a Marvel fan?
Yeah. So next week will be Bizarre and Unique Week. Yeah. Excuse me. And that's going to be fun. We'll find some bizarre and unique things to share. Yes.
All right. Yes, on that note,
and have a good weekend. Bye.
All right, besties. Bye-bye.
Baby, tell me to go.